Ah, video game commercials. Who doesn't remember Mario tripping Yoshi in the famous Super Mario Bros. Commercial? Or Crash Bandicoot trash-talking the portly plumber outside Nintendo HQ.
And your worst nightmare has arrived. Pack up your stuff. I got a little surprise for you here. Check it out. What do you think about that?
It was always a delight to see our favourite game characters grace our TV outside of their games and discs, be it in between reruns of Rugrats or a new episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. But did you ever stop to think about how some of them were just really weird?
Hi, what is happening?
I mean, what's up with the old lady eating worms in the earthworm gym commercials?
Slimy earthworm gym and blammo.
Did that make kids want to play the game, or did it literally leave a bad taste in their mouths?
He even tries mucus bungee jumping, and if that doesn't stop him, maybe the battle with Queen festering sweaty slug for a butt will.
And God help whoever grew up with the infamous creepy PS3 baby. So today I've decided to compile a list of zany Nintendo TV advertisements, be they flat out gross, make no sense, or actually kind of work and how out there they are. To mix it up, I've included commercials from both America and Japan. Ever heard of a Mario Party Advance Tea Party? Probably not, but it's enough to make this Japanese boy want to crash it after he peeps in, makes creepy mouth movements and starts grabbing his crotch as if he has to urinate. Who exactly is this child is a mystery, but from what I can gather, the kid went through another crotch grabbing experience with Mario Party 6. Regardless, I really hope he got help. Kid clearly needed it. As we'll learn with several other entries, the Japanese love to get really cookie with their commercials. Of course, the language barrier plays a role in that perception, but ads like this cross over from simply being weird and leap straight into the realm of, what did I just watch? Even my own limited Japanese is at lost here. So just like the boy in the commercial, I scream "Meowty" to myself every night in bed as I desperately want to see the exclusive truth of Mario Party Advance tea parties. But really, were the close-up lips really necessary? But let's not pretend American advertisements don't get stranged either. For our first NA commercial, here's an instance of where Nintendo's advertisers were clearly at a loss.
Mario from the Supernatural. Luigi's Mansion. Only for Nintendo GameCube.
To captivate the hardcore teen crowd, they decided to go for an advertisement that had absolutely nothing to do with the source material. As seen above, where we witness a hapless lad attempting to put the moves on a tempting gothic lass. Just as he gently reaches for her thighs, a weird cue pops from her chest and persuades him into visions of Luigi's Mansion footage, only to reveal the woman was just an indigo GameCube all along. Yeah. I think it's trying to convey the GameCube being as seductive as the Temptress, or just trying to be really edgy with imagery. Personally, I'm of the opinion that the sexual metaphors have no place here, and I'm hardly alone in feeling that way.
Rated E for everyone.
What? You thought the corny NES commercial was the only American Zelda rap out there? Nope, there was actually another one from the Game Boy's Link's Awakening. In our first example from the 90s, we're treated to a rap that doesn't have anything to do with the actual game. No, really, the guy name drops Zelda in overhead view, and that's it. There's a bunch of nonsense in there about collecting the facts and watching my back for Jack, but I'm not sure how those tie into Link's dreamy adventure on the tropical island. And for the record, there's no NPC named Jack. Is there really anything else to say other than this is so 90s? The bizarre rap number trying to get cool with the kids of yesteryear. The invasive light flashes attacking our eyes. All I can say is that I'm so glad future Zelda commercials didn't try this hard to win us over, as I imagine a rap session for Breath of the Wild wouldn't have gone over well.
What I'm really trying to say is, how much will it cost to keep this from your mother?
This one's uncomfortable for a variety of reasons, not the least of how it centres around a sensitive, often misunderstood subject. I mean, I can't claim it's meant to go over its intended audience. It's clearly going for the haha, look at the dad dressing up in girls' clothes angle for kids to laugh at, and I imagine there are more appropriate venues of comedy to advertise your best-selling games. Chalk this up as a commercial that never air in today's world.
For everyone.
Hi, what is happening here? Super Mario USA.
Will the debate of Birdo's gender ever end? Probably not, and this commercial doesn't help matters. A lavishly dressed Birdo puppet of unknown gender introduced Super Mario USA, the Super Mario Bros. 2 we got in America, to a Japanese audience before shortly giving birth to the Mario gang at the 19-second mark. This is not a joke. Nor is this an overstatement. Really, just watch it. To repeat, Birdo is dubbed Catherine in Japan and is typically presented as male with female qualities. The same holds for this commercial. Check out all her female clothing, and while obviously voiced by a male actor, the voice is clearly meant to echo that of a woman. And while it's amusing they played around with that, the sudden birth thing is rather... I think I speak for everyone when I say Birdo's gender and anatomic details are better left a mystery. By the way, did you catch how the contractions start 8 seconds in?
ジャンプだけど滑る変なやつも一緒
Remember Angry Luigi from Mario Kart 8? He doesn't hold a candle to dazzling, sparkling, smiling Luigi, who's reduced poor Peach to tears in this Japanese commercial. Clearly telling the untold story of new Super Luigi U, who we're helpless in watching the beloved princess begging for Mario's help, unleashing one final scream as the glorious appearance of Luigi's deathly smile fills her soul with tears. Okay, so it's not the real story of New Super Luigi U, but this commercial fascinated many for how it blended horror and comedy while starring two of Nintendo's most famous characters. Given the context, it could have easily gone the wrong way, yet more unheard sexual themes, but Nintendo was smart to use their familiar CGI models to instantly frame it as a joke. Perhaps this is a revelatory peek into Peach's soul, as it clearly should much be rather rescued by Mario than Luigi. Poor guy just can't catch a break.
Yoshi's Island. 60 more levels, massive enemies, huge.
Tell me, what are the images you associate with the beloved Yoshi's Island? Adorable characters, warm crayon graphics, the infamous touch fuzzy get dizzy level, a man stuffing his face and barfing all over restaurant customers? Apparently that last one is what the game represented Nintendo of America's advertisers, and we got what's undeniably the grossest commercial on this list. Up close shots of food being jammed into a guy's mouth and getting all over his clothes, his belly expanding before he unleashes a storm of vomit. That's more than a little yucky. As I understand it, this was inspired by the sketch from Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, a film I unfortunately have yet to see. Putting aside how the commercial's intended audience probably wouldn't get the reference, it's just an openly gross attempt to echo how Yoshi eats everything. Yes, the 90s was all about gross out humour, but Yoshi's Island is hardly suggestive of that with its cuddly presentation. Yet another miss by Nintendo of America's marketing team.
NES, still the big one.
This silly Japanese ad popped up around mid-2014, starring a Japanese model and singer and her powers of bestowing fabulous clothing and makeovers onto Nintendo characters. There's Bowser with glasses, Toon Link with a top hat, Isabella with a cute puffy dress, and even Samus gets some spots for her gravity armor. All eye-catching fashion, but these characters weren't getting permanent redesigns. Actually, the new outfits were based on a new wave of 3DS faceplates launching across Japan at the time. Needless to say, it was a successful ad campaign thanks to its eye-catching ambition. Yes, it's a weird concept, but a fun one that makes us want to analyse every character's makeover. I'll be honest in admitting not every one of them works though. Magical Girl Kirby and Monsters Inc. Donkey Kong have never ceased in unsettling me, but I'm rather charmed by Bowser's glasses and Yoshi's new bow. With how long it took for these faceplates to launch in America, I'm actually a little saddened we didn't get our own variant of this commercial. Yes, even Japan got in on some Zelda rap action, going all out with an elaborate dance number, sets and costumes from Zelda. From the very first Duru Duru It's Out, we're treated to an infectious beat as Link dance battles the likes of witches, Gyarados and Ganon himself as he rescues Zelda. Actually, Link's technically a she-he, since he's played by a young female actor. What makes this commercial so fascinating is that despite being absolutely bizarre, it actually works. Unlike the other commercials here that don't actually portray their subjects, it actually grabs our attention by remembering to utilise the original context, all while framing it in an unusual yet entertaining premise. How can you not be instantly hooked? It's not tasteless, doesn't gross us out, or fly over our heads with edgy symbolisms. It's just fascinating and fun to watch. You won't be dancing in the Super Nintendo Zelda, but the commercial's fun enough that you want to play it anyway. In fact, you might find yourself wishing you could see the commercial again. Apparently, it's enough of a classic in Japan that they produced a new rap for the 3DS sequels commercial. Yep, that's right, there's actually 4 Zelda raps in all. For my final pick, I've decided to send this video off with a piece of nightmare fuel. Yes, what you're witnessing are 80s attempts at CGI models of Nintendo characters, and some guys speaking in creepy, synthesized voices as they repeatedly assert, "You cannot beat us." Personally, I'm most spooked by the slowed down Super Mario Bros. Music, but I think old Duck Hunt Dog is in the running for the scariest voice. With 80s computer technology being what it was, I can admit maybe kids walked away from this commercial thinking it looked pretty cool. Obviously, that's not the case now, and while the slogan is at least clear, "You cannot beat us," is a challenge directed towards the viewer that they consistently put us down only adds to our fright and fear. The synth voices alone are enough to send even me disappearing into fatal position. Let us be grateful such CGI outrages are a sore shortage in this day and age. And that wraps up my list. Did you notice how many Mario related commercials made the cut? That was actually a complete coincidence. Somehow in my scavenging through dozens of Nintendo commercials, Mario & Co. always stuck out like a sore thumb. Hey, it's not my fault Nintendo's advertisers like to get weird with their mascots. Did any of your favourite weird Nintendo commercials miss the cut? Let me know in the comment section below. And subscribe while you're here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Bye bye.
ゼルダの伝説出るついに出るゴージャス今度の冒険リアル君もすぐに体験憎いでやんすね昆虫症高画質の謎解きアクション戸惑うことなくのめり込もうもちのろんスーパーファミコン